Hello YouTube, Vonlin here with my 6th YouTube video of Rome Total War games. I've realized in my last few videos that the barbarians haven't been getting a lot of love, so I've decided to make one as me playing as the Briton Germans. We are of course going to play in the Germanic Forest as a map since I'm making a barbarian themed video. Admittedly, this will give my army a slight advantage because I get a combat bonus in the woods. But if I want to make a barbarian version video, I figure I better do it right. I'll be playing against the House of Scipii. My opponent's name is hecter12. I wanted to showcase a cool strategy slash fun strategy to do with this faction, and that's a fear-based army that's designed to make the enemy rout as quickly as possible. You're going to mainly see that in my headhunters here. I brought 5 headhunters to the field, which they actually literally throw heads which cause fear and damage to the enemy lines and can rout them quickly. I also brought warhounds which intimidate the enemy, 8 woad warriors, 2 British heavy chariots which also frighten enemy units, and my general's a barbarian warlord. So this whole army is designed to, it's a light infantry army designed to cause panic and fear and rout very quickly. And I'm going against a very heavily armored professional Roman army. My opponent has brought to the field with the House of Scipii 5 urban cohorts, 6 Patrian cavalry, and 1 archery auxiliary. I'll go ahead and have text up for both these armies because I like doing it in my last free-for-all video. If you haven't seen it, go watch my free-for-all video. I know it's kind of long, but it's worth it. It's a good video, good fight to watch. This one's gonna be a little bit shorter and sweeter. Without further ado, let's get this going here. So yeah, like I said, the idea here is going to be, it's going to be a short battle one way or the other, because either I'm going to get him to rout right away, or his units have superior stats to mine. They'll cut through my units pretty quickly, and so I either need to make him rout, or if it gets prolonged, I will lose. So it's a very fast, aggressive strategy, but it's really fun. I like, it's something I've just started doing with the Brits, but it really fits to my type of play style. I don't like prolonged, boring skirmishes, you know, where units whittle down and fight to the last man. I really like to go in for the aggressive play, and this is definitely one of them. Again, these headhunters are the cornerstone of the strategy. Right away, the Roman is just, he's going to charge all of his cavalry right into my lines. He's heavy cavalry hitting light infantry, or heavy infantry, excuse me, but still not spearmen. So he's just charging everything into my left wing right away. I mean, he probably should have spread out a little bit more and tried to flank me. But, you know, this is what he's going to do. And right away, so you see the heads starting to be thrown into all of this cavalry from my head throwers. Right away, my head hurlers, excuse me. Boom, there they go, look at that. And he's routed 1 woad warrior already, but boom. Fleeing in panic already. I've routed one of the best heavy cavalry in the game. I'm sending in the warhounds right away. I brought in chariots behind him, and boom, I'm able to turn away 6 heavy Roman cavalry, which is usually a pretty impressive feat. These guys have high morale, high stats, but just like that, I've been able to pile up a whole bunch of their bodies using head throwers, slingers, war dogs, and chariots. And like that, I've eliminated his cavalry from the field. I've lost 2 or 3 woad warriors worth of men, but I now have to fight his 5 urban cohorts. Again, I'm going to try to cause panic and fear as quickly as I can with my head hurlers, and we'll see how it goes. He actually charged me so quickly that I wasn't able to use war cry, which again is another big part of this strategy, is using war cry on all these barbarian units to get that increased attack damage for a short duration, and just cause mass casualties quickly and turn the enemy army away. Because in extended combat, barbarian units are almost always going to lose against a professional Roman or Greek army. You see me forming up here. I'm bringing my chariots out to the left so I can get in a position to flank. I'm distracting one of his urban cohorts away from my melee lines. And I'm going to start with the slingers and the head hurlers into his units. Over here you see some of my warhound units chasing down cavalry without the actual warhounds. Not a big deal. A nice thing about the warhounds is part of the strategy is not only do warhounds cause fear, but they'll keep the enemy units routing as they chase them down. They're just as quick as light cavalry, but very cheap. So they're a good way to mop up units and keep units routing and running away so they can't return to the battle the second they get away from my units. It's an important thing, because if I just rout all this cavalry without killing it, the cavalry will just return and participate in the fight again. But he's unable to do that. This urban cohort's just getting smeared with heads and slingers as they throw their pillows at me. The nice thing about these head hurlers is I use them for the fear bonus, but you really see they do a ton of damage too, so it's quite nice, to be honest. I think I missed it in this replay, but this unit of urban cohort was constantly frightened by frightened by chariots here in these ones. So again, everything I bring into the field this battle is about causing fear and intimidation and trying to get a rout as quickly as possible. It's a really fun strategy. It can go either way really quickly, because if you don't rout them or don't start causing panic in some of the units and you don't get a chain rout going, you're just going to get cut to pieces by superior units. But when it works, it's so much fun. I actually got this to work my first try against this guy. He made it kind of easy by just charging all that cavalry and I could direct everything at him. But you're going to see players kind of do that sometimes against a light barbarian army like this. They're going to think they have superior units and they can just, you know, plow through you. So you just got to cause a quick rout. A really big weakness to this type of strategy is ranged units. The only ranged units Britain has besides head hurlers is slingers, and slingers are outranged by archers. Anyone that brings a lot of archers would have just crushed me. They would have torn apart my army before I could use any of my strategy. The only type of counter I have against this is bringing more slingers, but even then, like I said, they get outranged. I'd have to rely on my chariots to try to harass them. Here you see the chariots just tearing through these urban cohorts. As long as they're not spear infantry, chariots will do quite well against any cavalry unit for the most part, and any infantry. Again, as long as they're not spear even. You see some head hurlers being thrown in here. So this urban cohort's frightened by the chariots, and they're getting a morale penalty with these head hurlers, and they're going to rout just like that. So you see I just kind of overwhelmed and swarmed him. I obviously deployed a lot more units than he did. So even as he makes my wood warriors rout and gets killed, I have just more warriors to step in their place and hold the line as fear spreads through his army. So, thought this was a fun, quick video I could show you guys. I enjoy this strategy quite a bit. It's not perfect by any means, but it's something you don't see very much. You don't see a lot of love with the Britain faction. But very underrated, I think, if this battle shows anything. So here you go on the score screen, you can see I deployed almost 500 more men than him with the same cost. And I only had 200 more kills than he got, but it doesn't matter when I have that many to throw out. And here we're going to go out and look at the casualties inflicted. You see, again, my barbarian warlord and the heavy chariots brought a lot of kills to the field. They're very important to be your heavy hitters. But the rest of my kills are spread out between the head hurlers and the ward warriors. So I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. Try it out sometime if you haven't. If you're ever up against it, stay away from the army and just try to kill them with ranged attacks as much as you can. Try to eliminate the chariots, and then you'll be fine. Thank you guys. Subscribe to my channel. Hang around. I'll see you next time.